Saturday morning, NWA pay-per-view tonight. We'll hype it up along with other news inside. Zeus might have some stories to tell. From WrestleCade or whatever else. On Markout Mania, we're marking. On Markout Mania, we're marking. On Markout Mania, into the mania, we're marking out again. On Markout Mania, we're marking.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's a little jumbled. I apologize.
Good job, Pedro.
Hola, amigos.
Fire. Yeah.
Into the fire. Hola, amigos, and welcome to the Mark Out Mania.
Woo.
What's
What
going
is
on,
up?
boys?
Durber Y, Durber H is in the chat.
Hello, hola, double Y, double H.
Y2H2, what's going on?
YYH, Y square, H square.
Joining us from the other side of the planet Earth.
Mm-hmm.
How's everyone
How's the
doing?
weather?
Good. It's Into the Fire Day. NWA
Into
pay-per-view
the fire.
solo on its own tonight.
Into the fire.
Yeah.
I'm
Is
excited.
it 2 hours? Is it 2 hours?
I think it's at least 2. Yeah.
Yeah. It's in the studio, right?
Yep. Everything's all happening in the
That's
studio.
awesome. That's awesome. That's how it should be. The only other place that would be acceptable for the NWA to have a pay-per-view, in my opinion, would be Greensboro, North Carolina. Either there or the Army. Yeah, but the Army doesn't exist anymore, so there you go.
Well, ideally the Greensboro Coliseum would be great, but it is a big ass venue.
Yeah.
Honestly, the Benton Convention Center, where they have WrestleCade, is a more closer feel to the studio wrestling,
Right.
So
you wanted to end up like AEW, where like half the arena's full and like the hard camera side is empty and stuff. So, I mean,
right.
that's at every place. So I don't know why people are making a big deal out of that, because that happens all the time.
Yeah, and it's one thing, when people, because people get in these pissing contests, because one thing is one thing is this and one thing is that, and everybody's on one side or the other. But when you look at the way some of this stuff is happened historically, it's just like you say, James. I mean, there's been a lot of times where these side sections and things like that, and the hard cams.
That's been happening for years. Yeah, that's been happening for years. A lot of shows. So it's nothing new.
Yeah, and the fact that, now it was really bad. What was it, Stomping Ground this year, where it looked really terrible for WWF.
Yeah, it was real bad. Yeah, it was real bad.
Corbin and Seth Rollins had that terrible match, and but the thing with WWE is that they've got all these, set dates, kind of recurring dates in these same bigger arenas. They're kind of still riding off, these, these old contracts where, honestly, live attendance was better, and now that we've got so much going on, it's a little different, I think. So, it's just one of those things.
I think WWE is making even a bigger mistake by actually taking NXT on the road to become a road company show now every week after the new year. What makes it that indie type feel, that small show feel is because of the Full Sail University crowd. It's a rabid crowd. They're loyal crowd because the same people every week, and it's actually good for the show. I feel that you're going to take away that, that's going to be taken away if you put NXT on the road, and then you're going to be having to do the same thing. You're going to have to curtain off. You're going to have to show hard hair, this and that and the third. You're going to have to section off everything, and you're actually going to take away from the feel of it. That's my opinion,
Yeah. So YY8 is asking, are y'all watching the NWA pay-per-view?
Yeah, I bought it already.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get it. I have a family thing to do today, but afterwards I'm gonna see if I can get home in time to watch it. But yeah, it's the only reason why I haven't purchased it yet, because I don't know if I'll be able to watch it.
I jumped on it because they had that $5 discount.
Yeah, that's right. I have a family thing, but I'm gonna see if I can get home by 8 o'clock. Then I'll do like the old style, like I'll click and watch, at the last minute.
Right.
Yeah, I'll be out of town, so I won't be watching.
But I want to see it. So.
And I'm a cheap bastard, anyway. So.
You are. It's
you
okay.
are.
Now they did add a match.
Yes.
They added.
You got the card in front of you?
Yeah, I do actually.
Yeah. So do I.
Are we gonna get into that now, Pedro?
Oh, sure. You can go for it.
If you don't mind, I just want you to run down the card. I want to see what's on it.
Do it.
So it's Thunder Rosa versus Tasha Steelz, and I got to see her at on WrestleCade weekend. Tasha wrestled Kiera Hogan at Queens of Combat, and she's a very tough competitor. So this should be a good match for both women.
Cool.
Then we got Trevor Murdoch against the Question Mark.
That's going to be an old school slobber knocker.
The scary thing is if if the Question Mark doesn't have his mask on tight, I could see Trevor Murdoch ripping that mask off with that top rope bulldog.
Oh,
that's a possibility.
Yeah. I mean,
that's a possibility. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, good job, Zeus. Yeah.
Then we got Eli Drake against Ken Anderson, the least Anderson that we've ever had in the world of wrestling.
That is true.
But still, some Andersons are less Anderson than others. They just
That is true. No comment. Although I'd rather say CW over him any day. I'll just say that.
Right. And then there is the women's tag match. Melina and Marty Bell will wrestle Allison Kay, the NWA World Women's Champion, and Ashley Vox. So
that should be interesting.
We'll see how good Melina does. I know she hasn't been wrestling full time. And then
she's been doing spot shows, right?
I've seen her name here and there. I'm not aware of the official records of what she's been doing exactly, but I'm apparently this is kind of a comeback for her. And then as we all saw on the final episode of season 1 of NWA Power, the Rock and Roll Express
balls.
They won the they beat they beat Goth Skirt and Brittany Booties for the NWA World Tag Team titles, and this is the return match for the titles. Who knows what's going to happen? But and then there is a triple threat title match for the NWA National title. We got the defending champion Colt Cabana in the ring against Ricky Starks and the star of Tropical Pirates, Aaron Stevens. He's a good heel. I enjoy
awesome.
Watching him.
Yeah.
I enjoy hating him because he really lets people get under his skin, and it's such a joy
he does it right. You know, he does it right.
Yeah, I mean, if it fits him. The flesh-colored trunks are very disconcerting.
Yeah.
Very, very, very disconcerting.
I mean, the interactions between him and Tennessee Santa is pure gold.
Oh yeah. And then of course the main event of Into the Fire is the NWA World Heavyweight title on the line. 2 out of 3 falls match. James Storm against Nick Aldis, and we don't know where bodyguard Camille's allegiance lies, and so anything could happen tonight. Really, I mean, there could be 3 new champions tonight.
Yeah.
Well, I hope as far as the tag team championship match, I know it's probably far-fetched, but I would love to see the Briscoes just interfere in that match, run in, cause them to lose the belts, and they evade the NWA, and they cause havoc in the tag team scene. I would love to see the Briscoes invade the NWA.
Are they still with Ring of Honor, or?
I think their contract is up. I don't know if they resigned. That's the thing.
Yeah. Real quick, I was on, according to Cage Match, that website, cagematch.net, Melina has wrestled like 18 times this year.
Okay. Yeah, so she's probably
18 times
in 2019.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so about once a month or so.
Yeah.
Once or twice a month, yeah.
Yeah, like she wrestled on December 7th, November 2nd, September 26th, blah, 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 you know. She wrestled a lot earlier in the year, and then it seemed like around WrestleMania weekend, and then it's just basically like once a month.
So, you know what's really strange is that Wikipedia, no one's even updated NWA, Ring of Honor Final Battle. That's like, wow, that's crazy, right?
Is it PCO the new Ring of Honor champ?
Yes.
And Jay Lethal and Jonathan Gresham won the tag team titles
from the Briscoes.
Nice.
Yeah,
from the Briscoes. Yeah,
yes.
That's what I'm saying. Nice.
And Dragon Lee
is the new television champion.
Really? That's hot.
Yeah, he beat great big ass Shane Taylor.
Yep.
That's hot. Hot.
I don't know who else, won or anything, but
is Vincent? Is he Vinny? What was that guy's name?
He wrestled Taven.
Yeah, but
Vinny Marsala.
Yeah, is he Vinny Marsala? Did he change his name? Okay.
Yep.
He beat Matt Taven last night.
Okay.
He's good, man. I was so frustrated when I saw him.
Mark Haskins beat Bully Ray. Alex Shelley beat Colt Cabana. Maria Manic beat Angelina Love. And Bandito and Flamita beat Flip Gordon and Marty Skrull.
That's where Marty Skrull going.
Probably Elite.
AEW? Yeah.
Yeah, that was probably a good match, Bandito and Flamita together.
Bean and I watched a match with Bandito on one of those indie lucha shows this week on Mas Lucha, and it was him versus Arimas. The Mas Lucha, that YouTube account. They'll show random indie shows during the week, and they were showing one, and it had this match between Bandito and Arimas, and that match was kind of ridiculous in an overkill way. Like they were just doing, they had like I don't know how many things that should have been the finish of that match, and they just kept like no selling stuff and going, and we were like, this is getting like dumb. Like we kind of like went, this is getting dumb. Like some of the stuff that they were just like no selling. We were like that should be like near death, and y'all are just like, there's nothing. Well, it's just when the finish came.
Like that.
You know, Bandito did that German suplex spot, and that was the finish. And we're like, you know, they had survived like such insane shit. We're like, well, how is this the finish?
Don't you miss the day? Don't you miss the day when you could do a spinning toe hold and it would actually be a submission hold, and the person would tap out?
Right.
Now it's like, you know, do a 450 splash. One, that's it, you know?
Well, I mean, imagine like a half Nelson suplex, like onto the apron, and then like stuff through tables and all kind of stuff, and it's just like nothing. Like,
yeah, I remember when the pile driver was so devastating, it was banned. You know, like the kayfabe thing, it was banned. You know, oh, it's banned in the USWA. You know, can't do the pile driver. Even Jerry Lawler can't do it now. You know, it was so bad because it was so devastating.
Remember, Jake the Snake's DDT was like just death.
Yeah, right? Oh my God. Yeah. That was the most horrible, devastating move in all professional wrestling. You know, there was the DDT.
Oh yeah, you know, it's just, you know, we've and what it is, you know, we're just in this era of, you know, kind of people are just like, it's just kind of a fuck it attitude.
Yeah,
you know, it's like someone, you know, so and so is like, yeah, I want to do this. Well, all right, whatever, fuck it, I'm tired of arguing with you.
Yeah,
you know,
they don't want to tell the story to put over the story. All they want to do is put over themselves and doing spots.
Yeah, and really, there's a lot of wrestlers that really need to understand that, you know, we're getting, you know, the fans are getting tired of it. Yeah. You know, there's a lot of, you know, there's only, you know, there's only so many times you can, you know, watch some of these near falls. It's like, you know, shit's gotta end, you know?
Yeah, we talked about this. Was it how many weeks ago was it that we talked about that match between the Revival and Undisputed Era, and there's that one spot. You remember, Zeus? It felt like the natural finish of the match, but they kicked out because like Undisputed Era was supposed to win the match. But we were like, but that spot was like the natural finish.
That was the finish, yeah.
I mean, it should have been like, it just felt like the natural finish.
Right. Yeah, that should have been in the match.
Right. On AEW this week, the main event was a Texas street fight between LAX and the Bucks. I can never remember what LAX's new name is, so I still just call him LAX.
Pride and Power.
Yeah, something like that. Power. Yeah, or Pride. I don't know, some shit. I don't know.
LAX is much easier to remember than Pride and Power. But it was so it was the Bucks.
They can't call themselves LAX anymore, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So
TNA owns it.
Yeah, the Bucks versus P&B, whatever we want to call them. And it was just like 15 or 17 minutes of just table spots. Like just everyone went through tables and people were going through tables left and right, just constantly table spots. This table, that table, this table, that table, boy, another table, more tables. And it just felt like constant table spots. And then the Bucks did their Meltzer driver, and that was the finish. And I was like, but like we've seen every single person in this match survive untold number of table spots. Why is this thing the thing that ends it?
Well,
people love the match. People love the match. So,
I mean, for their sake, I hope that Arn does come to work for him, and that they do listen to him.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Working for them is fine, but the wrestlers got to listen to him. They got to listen, and they should. That's wisdom right there. I mean, because if you're a young talent in this business, and you have Arn Anderson at your disposal. At your disposal, you'd be a fool if you don't listen to him, and you'd be a fool if you don't take his advice. Right? That's a wealth of knowledge right there.
Did y'all hear the story about Chris Jericho and the tag teams?
No.
So on the meeting he had?
Yeah, like on his podcast, he told some story that he had this meeting about the tag teams that they needed to pay attention to the rules, and he was mostly criticizing the Lucha Brothers on this. He said that apparently on the podcast he called them lazy. Which it is fair. Like Bean and I have been calling Pentagon lazy for like a long time. So
ever since he
picks and chooses his spots to wrestle.
Actually, I'd say even since season 3 ended.
Well, he's been lazy a long time on certain shows. Like some shows, he just will just he's just there. But
I mean, I see them not sell because he don't want to drop to his knees or something like that. But you come call that lazy, okay? Because I've seen a lot of it. He'll get hit with a devastating movement. He won't drop. He'll just fall back in the corner. I'm like, really? But you want to.
But like at the same time, like if you look back, at that, Pentagon versus Willie Mack from like what was that, season 2 or season 1? I'm like, that was a great fucking match, and they both busted their asses.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I said, he picks and chooses. He's like, oh, you know what? I'm going to go at it in this match.
Hey, all of them, everyone was up for Lucha Underground. I mean, Lucha Underground made everyone look better, and I mean, we don't know how much editing helped everyone in that regard, but everyone seemed more up for it with Lucha Underground.
I can't have to think that if Lucha Underground was actually still around, I don't think AEW and NXT would be getting so much rub because it would be all Lucha Underground.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, you have the
Well, half the talent would be at AEW.
Well, the thing with NXT and AEW, their biggest strengths are their name recognition. NXT is part of WWE. All Elite is the Elite guys, so they would still have that, but that they wouldn't have some key people. Like if Lucha Underground was still going, like as the schedule, if it was still going through the stages where it was originally planned to be.
Season 1, 2, 3.
Right.
Season 4.
But still, even if it continued on after season 4, I mean, we might be up to season 6 right now. But you wouldn't have people like Pentagon and Phoenix, Luchasaurus, Sonny Kiss. There's a lot of people in All Elite that, wouldn't be there because of Lucha Underground.
Mm-hmm.
And let's face it, Lucha Brothers and Luchasaurus are huge in there now for the fans.
Yeah. I really think Lucha Underground and the Bullet Club stuff are kind of those two things around that specific point in time are kind of things that sort of made that gigantic indie explosion from just indies heating up to like the explosion.
Yeah.
To what is now AEW.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
I mean, it's just,
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I mean, I was just agreeing with him. I mean, it's
God, I miss Lucha Underground.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
I
gone,
do
baby,
too.
gone.
Like, was Johnny Mundo to WWE announced last week or no?
Yeah, he was on one of the he was on one of the studio shows.
Right.
It's called The Bump, and he actually talked about Lucha Underground.
Oh, did he?
Yep.
What did he say?
Yep. He talked about when because they were going over the people that like all the matchups he's gonna have in WWE now, and they brought up Ricochet, and he said, well, when he was in Lucha Underground, he was training with him, and he was doing the most incredible things back then. So he was saying that he's toned down a little bit here now, and it's understandable, but. He was incredible back in Lucha Underground, with the matches he had in Lucha Underground with them. So he was putting over him at Lucha Underground, and he's putting over Lucha Underground a little bit too. He even talked about Impact a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, Johnny can do whatever he wants to. I mean, he's done so much in his career already.
He doesn't need to go to WWE.
He doesn't, but I get it. It was probably the best offer. It's probably more than anybody else was offering him. And
it's full circle for him because that's where he really started.
Yeah, and also, I mean, I'm sure in the back of his mind too, if Taya ever decides she wants to go to WWE, to have him there in her corner already. Would be a big help.
They would make such a splash if they bring the Worldwide Underground to WWE and just have her run roughshod of everybody. That would be awesome.
I would, I'd love that too.
But Vince McMahon hates PJ Black, so Justin Gabriel. My bad.
Why does he hate PJ Black?
Because he considers him a great disappointment. Because he has such big plans for him. It's Justin Gabriel. And he never quote unquote panned out. He had these huge plans for this kid. This kid's amazing. He can do everything. I'm going to make him world champ and do that. And he never panned out. So,
Well, PJ Black is a cool motherfucker, and I like that dude to death, man. He's awesome. He's an awesome human being. He is living a great freaking life. If you're not following, the amazing adventures of PJ Black on Instagram, and you're missing out. You're missing out on a guy living a dream.
I apologize. I'm laughing at what was going on Cheaters.
That's hysterical, man.
That dude getting beat up while he's trying to put on his boxer.
I have to change it because it's too distracting.
Yeah, I know.
Nah. For the people at home or the people listening, all we do is watch Cheaters as we do this podcast. So it's pretty cool.
Oh my god!
There it goes. I broke kayfabe.
Speaking of Lucha Underground,
yes,
it's okay. We were talking about Lucha Underground, and then did I get to tell you guys about meeting Daga?
I saw the picture you took with him. That was kind of hot, but you didn't tell us. No.
Yeah. So, okay. First and foremost, he was happy to sign, the poster for you, James. And I
was just about to say, I got his signature. I got Daga. As a matter of fact, hold on. I'm looking at it right now. Boom.
And he was, another one of the people who sincerely wished you all the best and getting better and
awesome.
everything. And
he's awesome.
Yeah, he really was. And we talked about him being in Lucha Underground, and he signed my reptile tribe art, and we talked about the sword too. So when they came to him, about the idea, they had 3 different swords. They had one, he said it was kind of a curved sword, one that was like a short, like a dagger because he's Daga, and then the one that they used, which is the one he liked, and that prop sword's name is Lola.
No.
Nice.
Yeah, and so he was, that between him and the prop masters and people, it's like, get go get Lola, and I'm like, yeah, you can't lop somebody's head off with a with a little dagger, and I was like that's the sort of a king,
It's so cool how can we talk about these people, and as you talk about the people and their names pop up, I'm just looking at their signatures. How lovely. Thank you, Zeus.
And so I mean, he was super nice, and we talked about how just how great the matches were, and how good of a it's like I liked the original reptile tribe, with Steve, with the Vibora and what's the other one? What was the other one's name? He chopped his head off.
Oh my God! I'm drawing a blank.
Lord Pindar.
Lord Pindar. There you
Pindar,
go.
Yeah. So, but and I said,
double Y, double H is very cool. Thank you.
Yeah, and so I said, but the 3 of you guys work so well as a trio. I said it, how I mean, Sammy was just you're like, I mean, I remember going, what the hell is Sammy Callahan going to be doing in the damn reptile tribe? And he fit in so well with them.
He did it well. Yes, I agree.
All that teamwork, and like where he was like helping launch Daga into that turnbuckle drop kick thing, and just all that other great stuff. I was like, there's a lot of trios out there that don't do cool triple shit, and y'all did a lot of it, and and he really appreciated that. So
speaking of Callahan, I did something I haven't done in a long time.
You watched Impact?
I actually watched an entire. Took a bath. Shut up, Zeus. I actually watched a 2-hour complete episode of Impact this past week.
How was that?
And I must say, not bad. Not bad. It was okay. I didn't like Ken Shamrock. He should never step into the ring then. He looked like shit. But other than that, it was okay. I was digging it. Poor Tessa Blanchard took a fucking beating. But other than that, it was good. It was good. I was like, okay, I might have to start watching this again. Maybe.
Yeah, I enjoyed seeing Cage in person. He
looks like a cool dude, Zeus.
Yeah, I wished I would have found him in the fan fest. I mean, that fan fest was so amazing this year, dude. I got lost. I couldn't. I didn't even find everybody. I never saw the Steiners. I mean, there was just so many people there. I mean, I saw people that I didn't even think were announced. Like all of a sudden, it's like there's Tracy Smothers sitting there. I'm like,
Tracy Smothers.
Tracy Smothers.
I went up to him and started doing the full-blooded Italian gimmick.
Yeah, and Tommy Rich was there too. They missed so many.
Perfect. Oh my God!
Yeah, they missed so many opportunities. Yeah, they missed some opportunities because they could have had Barry Windham sitting over beside Dustin.
Yep.
You know, or and they could have done they could have had Barry with Muta.
Oh,
he could have
sweet.
actually been in between. He could have been in between Dustin and Muta at the same time for photo ops with the two of them. Because Barry beat Muta for the NWA World Title.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been sweet, man.
Where's
my Muta signature? Okay, I'm looking at the Muta. I love that.
That's a beautiful.
You have no clue, man.
You got the beautiful signature. That must be the Muto Keiji in the full kanji, because mine is kind of Great Muta-ish looking.
My brother and my mother are so tired of hearing me talk about this damn signatures, okay? I told my brother about 17 times. He told me shut the fuck up already like 8 times because I'm tired of hearing about you and Muta, all right? I don't want to hear it anymore. That's all I talk about, you know? I said, I got the Great Muta, bitch. You know, that's what I keep telling them. You didn't get shit, all right? You didn't get nothing. You were sitting in a hospital bed. It was your friend who got something for you, so shut up. I was like, still.
Hey, like I said, I mean, who knows if he'll ever, come back. I mean, especially after what happened, I mean, I imagine if he's he's going to want cash up front.
Yeah. I was about to say, if the money's right, he'll come. He'll just be everything up front now. That's all,
Yeah, which is something some dumbass old fart indie is never going to be able to have, the disposable income for. So
right.
So which
I think we should go find that dude and take care of him. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I'm telling you right now, dude. I'm like,
because that's fucked up what he did.
It really is. I mean, for me and so many other people. I mean, there was so many, because like I said, they did the first 50 meet and greets in about an hour or so span,
right?
And then the people that got in line like I did that were after that was at least another 100 people.
That's a lot of people you're messing with, because a lot of people's hard-earned money is in that, man. You dish out a, you dish out a pretty penny yourself, Zeus. That's not, you don't mess with people's livelihoods like that. That's their money. Then you strain the relationship between the talent and the promoter, and you guarantee Great Muta's going to be there, and everybody and their mother flew to North Carolina for this,
Right.
So
right.
That's how we find that dude, pile driving. I'm just saying.
But it just it was just another huge huge great event. Teddy Long was super nice. I spoke to him for several minutes, and we talked about Doom and how all that started is kind of a joke, with them being masked and everything, and I mean, because it wasn't really a joke at first, but they took a bunch of losses after a while, and then they lost the masks, which was actually the best thing that ever happened to them.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I like that.
And then Woman moving on from them, and then Teddy Long stepping in. I mean, that was just really cool, and it could have gone longer. I mean, the whole
I don't know.
thing.
I think it was me, but I think Hacksaw Butchery was underutilized. I thought he was great, man. He's a big guy, could move in the ring.
He was. I don't know. I thought that he was still a little, he was on the other side of his prime. That to me, that was my only.
Well, yeah, he was probably Mid-South. It was his prime Mid-South. In the NWA, he was okay. He was already starting to slide in WCW. I'm not going to talk about that natural bullshit in WWF, that was horrible. But that was a stupid gimmick. But I mean, he was still like physically, he was still really good there. They just never really did anything with it. But I liked. I like Doom. I mean, and that was another thing I told Teddy Long is I was like, hey, I saw you guys, beat the Rock and Roll Express in the Greensboro Coliseum fair and square. I mean, it was not, it was not shenanigans. It was actually Butch Reed's shoulder block that got the pinfall. Cock and Ball Express. I might tell Robert Gibson to give it up already. Because he's got the Hulk Hogan haircut's not doing it for him. Man. Just tell him it's over. It's okay. I mean, it's done. It's all right.
But James, he can do a destroyer.
Oh man,
you saw how many people it took him to.
It's like 4 people how to fucking finish it for him.
He needs a lot of help.
I can't stand. When I was watching that episode of NWA Into the Fire, I wanted Jim Cornette to hit him over the head with the racket, man. And that's what I was waiting for. I was like, finally, Cornette gets his revenge on the Rock and Roll Express, He's holding up their hands. I was like, that's bullshit. Come on, Cornette.
Oh, I meant to tell y'all this. And so on the new Botchamania, they had a clip from WrestleCade, and it was, I couldn't see what had happened because it was on the other side of the ring, but Superhuman.
Oh, okay, I saw this.
Yeah, he did a off the top. Well, it was off the second turnbuckle to a guy that was laying on a table outside the ring, and the I am the table. The table won.
Really?
Yeah.
Of course, I mean he's actually even smaller than you think he is in real life. I mean he's a little dude. I was really shocked to see him in that battle royal.
I mean, is he Jonathan Grisham small or?
No, I mean he's like a little kid small. I mean he's probably. He's probably 5'6", but I mean he's got no muscle tone at all. I mean, he's a very small, 18.
I've only seen clips of him here and there.
21-year-old, however old he is. I think he's 21 now.
I've seen clips of him here and there. I don't think I've ever seen a full match with him because all I've seen with him is clips.
Yeah, all he's ever done really is clips. I mean, but he's there's been a place or two that's had him in a match here and there, but
I want to see the Briscoes do a run tonight.
I thought you were gonna say you want to see the Briscoes like a power bomb him or something.
No, my
God, you really got out for this guy.
They might kill his ass.
No.
Yeah, I mean we all seen how stiff they are. So
yeah.
If I had it my way, I'll have a handicap match between the Briscoes and Enzo.
People. It's like he runs his mouth. On social media.
Someone needs to shut that shit.
But like everybody that I spoke to that did a meet and greet with him said he was just like the nicest dude in the world.
Yeah,
so I don't know.
Everybody says he's really cool, down to earth, and everything. Everybody said that he lives his gimmick, but like he's humbled with the meet and greets.
Yeah, so maybe he's just like trying to get work and
that's
like
true.
That, because he's kind of in a Twitter war with Tama Tonga, and that's not going to go your way, pal.
No, it's
not going to go your way. So, But
actually, speaking of Tonga Tonga, New Japan is coming to the southern U.S.
Yes, coming back in January.
Because it's going to hit you by Raleigh, right, Zeus? It's going to hit Raleigh?
Yeah, it's actually in Durham, but
okay, it's in Durham?
Yeah, it's in Durham, but Raleigh, Durham are right there together. That's the Raleigh, Durham, and Cary. It's called the Research Triangle of North Carolina. It's so it's at the Durham Armory where my buddy Cameron told me that NXT has been there before. He says it's like a 600-800 seat arena.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, he says it's about the same size as Grady Cole Center. So if AML has also announced that Saturday the 24th or Saturday the 25th is their 5th anniversary show in Winston.
Should be good.
Yeah, and I've got to go to that. As so kind, to me. They've been so kind to me that I definitely want to go and support them every chance I get. Otherwise,
Absolutely.
James, I'd take the time off and I'd come down to Tampa for the 24th for the New Japan show.
We will have a blast in Tampa, buddy. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'd come down for that if AML wasn't the next day, but and then I think it's Monday night. You
might have to hook me up to a lamppost for some juice, but it'll be a blast.
I'll bring a defibrillator.
Yeah, well, I've already got one installed in me. All right, so just bring batteries and check them up my ass. I should be good to go.
I'm not sure anything.
Okay.
We'll just hook you up to the car battery.
There you go. Done deal. Boom.
Call him, James. Call him.
I tell you, man, I'm losing my skull, man. All these meds I'm on, they got me flapping gums.
And of course, I shan't be going to this, but SmackDown is coming to Greensboro in January as well. But I don't know what it is. The entire wrestling world is in love with North Carolina. In January in North Carolina. Yeah, it's like going, God, you guys are killing me. So,
you got to go to that AML show. Number one is the 25th anniversary, and two, you got to see George South defend the belt, man. Come on.
Oh, so George South has got to defend his belt against Jax Dane.
Oh wow!
Okay.
Jax Dane won a Royal Rumble style battle royal at the day after for a title shot. And nice. I believe it's kind of I wasn't exactly clear on it. So George may be stuck in a match with one guy and then still have to deal with Jax Dane afterwards. And that dude is huge again. Like, I remember it was like, I think it was last year. I think he was getting over an arm injury because he's just like, he's been like working out like crazy. And, so he's, maybe he's going to be taking that belt right off of George. Who knows? But that'll be interesting to see.
AML doesn't put their big shows on TV anymore, right? Because like that one time I was watching, they don't do that anymore, right?
You broke up a little bit there, James.
Does AML put their shows on TV anymore? Because I remember that one time like all of us were watching the AML feed.
Well, they've got their own little channel now, their own little streaming service.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, I definitely will watch that. Yeah.
I'll poke around. I'll give you an update.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Because I won't be able to go to both New Japan shows because no way I'm going to Tampa and Miami. I just don't have the strength for that. But I'll definitely do Tampa. But I would love to watch the AML show Saturday night. Most definitely.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't know. I don't know how they'll, how or what they'll do, but
Right.
They haven't even announced the tickets for it yet. So
all right, cool.
But I definitely want to hop on it this year and get front row because last year Teddy Long came and he was super nice, and Nick Aldis came, and it was just it was a great it was a great card, and so who knows? I mean, it's just. It's been a really good promotion, and I was looking back on it was August 2016 when I went and saw them the first time because they had Shane Strickland there from Lucha Underground.
You
and
had
I was
an
like,
amazing 2019. That was 2016. You had an amazing 2019. All the shows you went to, Zeus.
I know, man.
Great year, buddy. You had a really,
I've never
really
seen
good
this
year.
much wrestling in 1 year live. Never.
That sounds like something to bring up again on the year-end episode.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a great idea.
That year-end episode should be good, Oh, although Pedro's gonna have to sing the Bee Gees theme again, just so I can go I'm okay. Because that was classic, man. That was some good stuff.
Should this be something we make a poll about on Twitter or something like? Which theme should I do? Like redo for the year-end show? Yeah,
that's good, right? I can't believe we're going to have a year-end show and then because there will absolutely no Lucha Underground talk,
Yeah, it's interesting that the podcast started to talk about Lucha Underground, and now the Lucha Underground is it's gone, daddy gone, love is gone away, and
all about Into the Power.
Into the Fire. Into the Fire.
Into the Fire. That should be good. Do I have to grow a mullet now, Pedro? What?
Say what?
Do I have to grow a mullet now?
Yes. We should have done art where all of us had mullets and stuff.
Oh, brutal.
I mean, I had long hair back in the day, but.
I remember when Zeus drew me with long hair. That was kind of cool. That was the Shark episode, I believe, right? That was the first Shark episode that we ever did.
Sharkamania.
Oh, yeah. That was a great one.
I love our Shark episodes, man. They're awesome.
Yeah, there's another Shark movie coming around next year.
Oh.
Yeah. Can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but I'm sure it can't be the worst thing in the world. I mean, if it's going to be a theatrical release.
No.
But you got. I mean, have either one of you seen 47 meters down on Cage yet?
Yes. Yeah.
I have not seen it.
It's actually not bad. It's pretty good. It's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's because it's a different type of thing, with them being in those underwater caves.
Although at the end I was like, "Come on!" Because they were like, I thought she got bit in half and she's still holding onto the boat. I was like, "Really?"
Yeah. It was classic. It was classic indie wrestling. There was too much at the end.
Yeah, exactly. Who booked this shit?
Remember the first AEW that was a Double or Nothing, their first show that
was the show. I thought all their shows were going to be like that. Oh man, the pre-show.
You remember the pre-show with that Battle Royal? They had the dude with no legs.
Yeah.
When you said like the indie show of movies I'm thinking about, like they have that guy. They do a thing where his legs come off to like form a shark wrestler or something.
Oh God.
It's actually called Great White. It's supposed to be coming out next year.
Yeah, it's called Great White. Okay, I'll look for it.
Yeah, from the producers of The Reef.
The Reef wasn't a bad flick.
And I'm just wondering if that's like The Reef from 1975. Or...
No.
They're making their big return.
Oh my God. No, actually, I saw The Reef. I think from like 2015, The Reef, or like 2016, something like that. It's not bad.
Anything else going on? Did anyone watch NXT? I didn't get to watch NXT.
I saw NXT this week. It was okay, but it wasn't everything out of the ordinary. There's supposed to be a big show this week coming though. There's going to huge title matches and stuff like that. The big show this week.
Yeah, the match I really want to see from NXT next week is Rhea Ripley challenging Shayna Baszler.
But supposedly Shayna Baszler is going to drop the belt and go to the main roster.
Oh man!
So we'll see what happens. Because there's supposed to be a feud with her and Becky in place. Supposedly, so we'll see. But I like Shayna Baszler at NXT.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are tired of her having the title, but.
Nah, keep it, man.
I mean, she's done a great job with it.
I wanted to get that heel heat.
But I really like Rhea Ripley too. So
I love Rhea Ripley. She's my new favorite women wrestler.
You should have watched her on the early period of NXT UK when she was the champ, because she was such
one or two matches of her then. Yeah,
she was such a great heel.
Yeah,
she was such an asshole heel. She was so great.
She's young. She's only what, 22?
Yeah, she's pretty young. Yeah,
she's awesome. She's gonna be great. She stays injury free. Yeah, she's gonna be really good.
Everyone's trying to do like big shows next week, right? Because I think AEW has like a lot of matches lined up as well, and I don't know who else. I hear everyone's putting on big shows next week.
Then you have TLC is this weekend, but I'm not really interested in that.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
I had zero idea. I don't know what's going on.
They haven't hyped it. This is their problem is there's no time to really hype one pay-per-view, because it's going one thing into another, and they're still kind of winging stuff in between the months, and it's just not there's no time to hype stuff anymore properly for them.
Roman Reigns versus King Corbin TLC match, New Day versus Revival ladder match, Bray Wyatt versus The Miz non-title match, Aleister Black versus Buddy Murphy non-title. Singles match. Kabuki Warriors versus Becky and Charlotte in a TLC match for the women's tag team titles. I hate how that's probably going to finish. Rusev versus Lashley tables match, Viking Raiders versus To Be Determined tag team title match.
Well, that's supposed to be Braun Strowman. He was supposed to take on. He was supposed to get an IC title match, but he's hurt. So he's like a whole bunch of things were supposed to happen, and I heard that they're constantly changing that card. So I have no interest in that.
Yeah, I imagine they're going to take the titles off the Kabuki Warriors, so I'm not going to be happy with that. But it doesn't matter really.
They'll probably put them back on there. They'll probably want them back though.
Right.
I like what they're doing with the Kabuki Warriors, though.
That's the most interesting thing with the women right now.
Yeah.
One quick final thing. Great White is actually slated for 2021.
Okay.
It says a fun-filled flight to a remote atoll turns into a nightmare for 5 passengers when their seaplane is destroyed in a freak accident, and they are trapped on a raft 100 miles from shore with man-eating sharks lurking beneath the surface.
Ooh. Yeah. Sounds good to me. I love shark movies.
Yeah, that sounds cool. A classic shark movie setup there. I want to thank YYH for being in the chat.
Y2H too.
Thank you.
And I hope everyone has a good weekend.
Yes,
Sir.
I will be going into the fire tonight.
Into the fire tonight, 8 o'clock, right, Zeus?
Yep. I'm pulling for all this, but I'm really worried. I'm really worried that the Amazon princess is gonna fudge him over.
Yeah.
We shall see. We shall see. It should be good, though. It should be good. Everybody have a good weekend. Be easy, and we'll see you all guys next week. All right, Pedro?
Adios. Yes. Adios.
Later.